I don't doom scrolling. I went on Twitter, unfortunately, and I saw that people made a Link to the Past to the dual screen port, which I already knew about. But what the fuck? What the fuck? Not my fault, but yeah, people figured out that. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, people figured out that you could make like they somehow made a Link to the Past port, but I saw it on the AY and Thor, which made me very tight. Until I figured out, until I found out just moments ago that you can actually have it on the VS2 now. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, we're back to this. I'm still on scene 2. It's a slow burn, and I'm not getting I'm not getting close to giving up at all. But holy fuck, what have I put myself into? What's funny, I told my homeboy, I was about to, once I was done with the layout, and I met him, randomly met him in the city, I told him that since my layout has been finished and all I had to do was work on the corrections, it would take me maybe 2 weeks or something to finish to do all the cleanup. I don't know how long it has been since I've seen him, but it has already been 2 weeks. I don't know why I even said this. This was the dumbest shit I could have ever said. And obviously, I didn't promote it as crazy because, of course, I for the most part, I kept this shit pretty low key. The only reason why he knows about my live streams is because he just randomly subbed to me when I was watching his lives, and I guess he kept his notifications on or something, and so he saw me one day playing Tetris. So that's that. Yeah, brutal. Lord have mercy. Yeah, so I'm at the last cut of In Action right now, scene 2. See, even right now I feel tired. Yeah, okay, good thing is I found another job, but it's very short and it lasts me for a week, the contract, I mean. So I will have to look up for a different job again later on. At least I will be making some money. It's better than nothing, at least. That's a good thing. Lord. And yeah, what can I say? It's I have to clean up at a university near my place, and it's really convenient, all that stuff. I only have to walk a couple of minutes. It is pretty tiring though. Well, no, yeah, I mean it's just how do you say this? Laborious? Because I thought it was gonna be something chill for real, and it actually is. I mean, I just have to clean up tables and shit. It's really nothing crazy. However, it's so annoying how much. Nah, I won't say this. I need to remember that things stay. It's so crazy. Yeah, side tangent. I don't think people have the awareness. They are really realizing that the shit that they post really stays on here forever. And chances are they are not that popular, so they can allow themselves to let stuff to delete things and to be never discovered again. But when you're famous, bro, that shit is clipped and shipped into the internet archive on some weirdo's hard drive, and there's nothing you can do about it except not post the bullshit that you post. And so it's funny because I thought we were all aware of this. It also goes for anonymity. Like you should really. Oh yeah, I forgot the timer. Like y'all should really take care of yourselves. I find it interesting, really, how comfortable some people are. And it's not to bash them. It's just I feel genuine concern. And at the same time, I do tell myself that, man, these people are fucking dumb. But man, y'all gotta watch out, cause we all know some weirdos are lurking around. Even the people who sometimes pop into my stream, that I have no idea who they are. Sometimes I see like somebody having like I see like one viewer who stays for a bit and just disappears, and it's like, oh, okay, probably one of my subscribers, but I don't know who they are. So must be some of my old subscribers that actually initially followed this account to get more references, which I ended up never doing because it's like the least inconvenient thing ever. But regardless, it's pretty uncomfortable. This is loud. Yeah. I love that effect it makes. It's actually pretty satisfying in a way. Also, did I do that wrong? Yeah, yesterday while I was making this, I first off, I started off making this character, you know, and then I added the second one. And then I remember, like, then I was thinking, like, oh shit, wait, which ones are easing in it, which ones are easing out? And I started tripping, like, I didn't know what to do for real, so it's kind of dumb on my end. But I guess I left some markers, because I suppose since I edit this means this is like the middle point, and it's like, yeah, it's eases in. Yeah, so I'm just gonna trust that, and if it doesn't work, I mean, it should be working. I mean, why wouldn't it, right? Yeah, now we good. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. I just thought I actually wanted to boot up a stream yesterday, but for one, that was already my homeboy who started streaming. He did a music stream, but he didn't interact much, which obviously makes sense, like, cause you feel me, like, adding a mic on top of what you're already recording is kind of counterproductive. However, yeah, so there was that, and I also had to go to work later on. And as I was watching the stream and drawing, I just had this feeling that I will, if I don't rest, I will perform horribly, and I will be disheveled, and I will not be able to work in the evening. I mean, not only at the job, but also after I get home and I continue working on my animation. Feel me? So I thought, yo, okay, I might as well just rest a bit, rest up, and just do my shit, because it was certainly needed. And I was so scared too, because I actually, like, I took a nap, right, and put a timer. I intended to sleep for like 30-40 minutes, like a cool little nap. And I woke up, and no, yeah, I was listening to like the unique OST. That was like a sleep mix. And I woke up and I saw that like I looked at my phone and the alarm actually went off. 20 minutes prior, and I wasn't necessarily stressing, but I was like, oh my god, are you for real right now? And I still had time to like, I was on time anyway, but I wasn't stressing either, but I was just kind of annoyed because I thought, yeah, this really didn't happen. Imagine if something worse had happened. So yeah, but I'm glad nothing bad happened. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, seems like I do have to ease it in. Now, I might do the same today again, but this time I'll make sure that nothing bullshitty happens. I'm honestly glad that I managed to land a job, even if it's just a small one. And I thought, because it's nice, because this time around I actually have co-workers. Not that I really talk to them a lot. Plus the whole team just speaks Spanish for some reason, and it's like, okay, I guess I'm not part of the group, which doesn't matter to me anyway. I'm only here for the money. Because I certainly need some. I think one of my biggest, well, not one that I think about, but one of my biggest motivations to get jobs is to have money, right? But the reason I also want to have money is so that I can actually continue practicing my hobbies, like my newfound hobby of bookbinding. Because I do have some paper, like sheets of paper laying around and all that stuff, but if I want to make a cover, like, there are certain things that I just can't do because I just simply don't have the budget, and it's pretty annoying because if I want to make a cover, I can't because I'm missing glue, and yeah, otherwise I just can't do anything, and that's incredibly inconvenient. Because when I made a present for a friend, I cut off a piece of cloth that I had left in my room, and I really had to struggle with the glue because holy crap, like it was so. I was stressed and I was thinking, bro, I really have no glue left, and I mean, ultimately, I was able to gift her, to make her that gift. But can I say, yeah, it was just a struggle. And now I can't make any books anymore. No, technically, I can bind. I could actually bind some paper in advance. Now that I really think about it, just make some stacks of paper. Like, I have I actually have a lot of stuff left. I don't know why I'm not doing that. Yeah, I might take a break tomorrow. Tomorrow is what, Saturday? Today's the 31st. Can you believe it? Yeah, tomorrow is tomorrow is the national holiday. Not that I'll meet up anybody, I think. Besides, I also need to text somebody. She told me she wanted to see me, but I guess she forgot or she didn't care. But I don't think she stopped caring, she's just that I guess she has her own thing going on. It's not like I'm the same. It's not like I'm not the same. I always forget people. I think that's a bad thing about myself. I think I've already mentioned that, but and it's not even in a ego kind of way. I just stay cooped up too much in my own space that I find comfort in it, and to some extent, and I just get used to it, and I just simply forget. Especially when I'm occupied with this animation right here. I don't really have to worry about anything. I think that's like the best part about this animation is that it kills time. But it kills too much time, I think, right now. Because I really want to get done with this. Not only because I'm getting sick of it, but also because I want to show what I've made. And this is currently impossible. Oh shit. Oh, that's it? That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, this is... I don't know if I could call this experimental, but... It is a funny... I think it's pretty funny of a cut. Because it's like... I don't know how to explain this. Like, I don't think I've seen this a lot. Like, this kind of, like, shift, like, and it works pretty well as well. As long as you don't like cut the details, because the motion is nice, so I'll just pay attention to that, because I don't like otherwise I was insecure. Fuck it, I guess we freestyle this bitch. I love tracks like these from Uniki because they feel so early internet and it's very charming. Why are you so obsessed with me? There's a lot of gaps here. Need to pay attention. So I'm also planning on posting it to my personal account. Good luck finding it. It's actually not that hard, but I don't want you to find it. Makes you wonder who will actually mess with it. Because I feel there's always a sense of embarrassment whenever I post something like this. I remember I actually posted the entirety of Sakuga Test 2 on my story. And I guess some people liked it, I don't know, but it's just that arbitrary weird feeling of fear of judgment whenever you post something, especially on Instagram. I don't know what it is about with Instagram, but this app is weird because it's like it's hard to explain. It feels nearly terrifying to post stuff on there, and I don't understand that phenomenon. It's no, I have no clue how to explain this. It's just like as if somebody's just watching you. You have the feeling that you will post something, and no matter what you post, it could be you, I don't know, like curing cancer or something, and you just have the feeling that somebody will judge it. And I mean, for the most part, I mean like on stories, because I don't really make posts on my personal accounts. But I mean stories, because it's like, it's scary. I don't know. It sounds dumb, and it sounds severely chronically online, probably. But also might low-key let me know that I should probably remove some people off my account that I haven't had any contact with in like 5 bajillion years. Because what I'm doing with my life right now shouldn't be their business, if I'm being real. If they don't really properly, fully interact with it. And they're just there for like, it's like I have social trophies. If I could call it trophies. In the sense where there's such a lack of, like, it's like archives of past people, except that these are not like photos or something, but they are actually living people who just chill on your IG because y'all used to follow each other like 6 years ago, even more probably sometimes. And you know, some people I like and some people I don't necessarily fully like, But some people, it's like, y'all are the reason why I feel so insecure, because we haven't seen each other like that much, and it's not really their fault. It's also my fault. But I mean, the feeling still persists, no matter how much I post. That's the weirdest part too. Like, it's so strange. It's really strange. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's honestly weird. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe it's just fate. I don't know. So weird. Whenever I, no, never mind. But yeah, I mean, I guess I will not post the entirety of my animation on my story. I don't even know why I did that. For Sakuga test, I did that for Sakuga test 1 and 2. You know how crazy that is. Yeah. I would just link for the first time ever my other account. Like for the first time ever, I just linked my other account, which only a few people actually know about, because I never actually talk about it. I don't like people seeing my shit, if people who are in real life, because on one hand it makes me feel embarrassed in a way. I don't know, being like on display like this, and it also comes with these weird expectations that people make of you, surrounding you. I hate when people ask me, oh, when is a new animation dropping? Do I even watch the other ones? That's the real question. It's like, dog, like, why are you trying to act so invested if you haven't even watched a single one? Like, there was one that I posted, well, yeah, last year, granted, but come on now. You don't really care for real. But yeah, when they do, it's only for the financial gain. It's like, bro, you couldn't be more shallow than that. And they're right, because it could make me money. It did make me money. But that's not my main focus. I don't fuck with that. It feels like using my audience, the people who will watch the videos eventually, and telling them, yeah, by the way, I'm only making this for monetary gain. And frankly, I don't even fuck with working on this project, but I have some dignity at least. I think I can do better than that. Feel me? So it's like, okay, I don't know, like, I get you, I feel you, but no, bro. Respectfully, no. Also, the body I'm drawing right now, it's so like goopy, because I don't know how to make characters like fly, and almost every time he just doesn't have a torso, which is really funny as well. But most of the time, I feel like people don't even notice that kind of shit. They only notice it when they really go out of their way to study the exact movements and shit. Which I have a feeling will happen. Maybe not for something like this. Maybe for like highlights, you know, in the animation. But if there's somebody curious who wants to learn how I'm animating all this shit, and they don't really have the resources to like I guess purchase the animation file or whatever, they'll probably just like play and pause the entire bit and just probably reanimate what I made, which happened to me actually one time in for the Utah animation I made. It's always this one, bro. Damn, this is pretty good. Damn, I'm actually surprised. Wow. Yeah, I might have to zoom that. No, yeah, let me do that. It's on twos though. I might kinda, you know, check There's some threes. Green beans. Okay. I feel like it's not fast enough. Are there too many? You know what? I like it like this. Now I don't give a fuck. Now, for this here, I'll probably just move it a little, because in terms of staging, like I need one moment at a time, you know. That's how I'm just gonna call it. One moment at a time. Because after he flies away, you can't really process how he's gonna respond to that afterwards. Because if he responds immediately, it's like, okay, no, what's going on? I actually have to go back and see what happened. Like, he already disappeared. Like, you need to have a feeling that things happen, let's say in, could I say, yeah, in consecution, but not in an immediate effect, you know. Even that gap was a bit too long. Oh, let me just peep that actually. Yeah, I could probably, yeah. We'll just do that. This is nice. So yeah, I think we're good. Just upping the opacity. I mean, the impact isn't that heavy when it comes to his punches. I think I still have a very hard time on delivering impact when it comes to a punch. I don't know how you do that actually. I don't know if it's the aftermath that needs time to, like the cooldown afterwards, which needs emphasis. But if I put emphasis on the punch, it also feels weird, but it also lasts too long, because it's not like a fighting game, you know. If it stays for an instance, like a small instance, I feel like it doesn't feel long enough either. Cause it's like right now it feels like he's actually throwing him. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. Am I stupid? Yeah, I should have done. Okay. Yeah. So, but that doesn't matter. I think the point comes across very clearly. I will have to work on the background though. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, because if I'm being real, I will not make a panorama where things shift or whatever the fuck, and like background objects start rotating as these two rotate. I'm not trying to do all that shit, like all that 2D camera work. I'm too tired for that. That being said, I'm done. I'm finally done with scene 2. Now it's time for scene 3. Haha. Okay. This is something else. See, at least this one has 14 cuts, because this is the cut. This is the scene where I had to cut the most amount of. I had to scrap the most amount of cuts. Hold on. Where is in action? In action had 17. You see, initially all of these had like 19 or 20 cuts. Besides, I think yeah, in this one I had to add an additional one, which was this one, which is funny enough one of my most favorites. But yeah, I actually did a lot of animation off screen. I think I did I make this one off screen? Maybe this one wasn't on stream. I actually don't remember what I made on and off stream. Yeah, I had an issue with this cut, which was that it completely altered the timing of the storyboard, because I didn't really know how to make things feel smooth, natural, weighty, like with a lot of weight. and still very fluid, you know, because I feel like in a lot of aspects the motion constantly stops, because it's like, oh, there's a checkpoint, like there's a checkpoint, there's a checkpoint, there's a checkpoint, there's a checkpoint, you know. It's not really flowing from one movement to another, and I have a big issue with that. But that's also because I don't really use references, so that's also most of the reasons why, I suppose. But I feel like during Yura with the 1v1 whatever the fuck thing, it's gonna flow a bit more better probably. Also, I made this cut, like the layout, at the beginning of my process, obviously, since it's the second cut, and it's like one of the first few cuts that included action in it. So it's actually pretty good that, I mean, it's pretty normal that it probably didn't flow as I expected it. But everything timing wise is just not that easy to me. So I'm gonna cut myself some slack, and you know, I've already done enough, you know. Okay. This is also one of my most favorite ones. And it's particularly because it makes absolute zero sense. Because it's like, I actually intended it for there to be like a background, like a book, probably. Yeah, I could actually go with that, probably, I don't know. But I realized that there's nothing here in the perspective of the body parts that make any sense. Because if his arm really was that big and much bigger than his leg, you'd have his torso like much bigger in perspective, to the point where his head would actually like take a good chunk of the screen. But yeah, none of that I actually respected. And I don't know if his leg is like way too big for him to hit him at all, so it's like he just swings in the air. I don't know, there's nothing working. But it's somewhat understandable. I mean, knowing that you have the previous cut where he goes for the quote-unquote manji kick, which I also verified. I actually looked up at a chapter in Jujutsu Kaisen to see if it was accurate, and it absolutely wasn't. So I just invented some random ass kick. This one is actually not that bad. Like in this one, I didn't actually make the frames that smooth, and also I animated it on 4s and not on 3s, because if I did animate it on 3s, oh my god, like we wouldn't have finished this cut right there. Also for the, I guess, conceptual trauma, whatever the fuck cut, I initially put like a hand here, right? Like he was like about to look at his hand, and he'd have like things flashing in his brain and whatever, which I still have yet to conceptualize, but I'll just do it later. But instead, I think I just drew him like this. I suppose you have like some shit flashing, maybe the camera will pan forward, and that's that, man. Like, I'm not trying to overcomplicate it either. So yeah, but this is like one of my favorite drawings, I think, because it really looks, you know, you always have your errors, like lines not connecting perfectly, some stuff like protruding, all that shit. Now I'm not sure how well the symmetry is, but I like it anyway, because it looks like he has the silhouette of Spider-Man, like Miles or something. That's pretty cool. Yeah, otherwise there are not any other overly interesting cuts, man. Yeah, this was in action. I will definitely take a nap though at some point. Maybe I'll stream for like maybe 2 to 3 hours, and then I get back to, and then I just take a nap, and I'll probably just draw just for a little bit if I have time, and then I'll go to sleep. Then I go to work in the evening. Okay. Yeah, that should be cool. Well, all of these unfortunately have. Oh my god, this is gonna be annoying. Okay, yeah. On to the next one. 14 cuts. Maybe, and just maybe, it will be less annoying. Because the older version of the layout was like way more annoying, I think. I think the most annoying cut is gonna be this one. Yeah. 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 I just had to do that to myself. Also, the background flies like it's like way too quick. I'm not even sure if I actually properly adjusted the timing of all these. But it's fine. Anyway. Alright. I'm starting to notice a pattern, but it's only in my surroundings. Maybe it also could be a general thing, who knows, but I'm starting to notice a pattern of people becoming more and more homebound. And it's a bit concerning. It's funny because this past year or maybe two, started becoming less homebound as well. So, I started getting way less homebound now. Ironic, considering I've been working on this for weeks and staying at home all the time. But that is to say, being good now, like going out more often and seeing people around you going less often out, really makes me think. Because it's like, damn, huh? I don't know how to verbalize that, but it's strange to observe. Truly. Wait, what? Oh, fair enough. It's a strange thing to observe. Because back then I used to feel insecure about not going out and meeting up with people. Now I kind of don't care, and it's like, yeah, whatever happens, happens. But now that the roads are kind of switched, or maybe they've always been like this, and I've been just stuck in my head, but I digress. Now that the roads have sort of switched, I feel concerned now for these people, like friends and stuff. 'Cause I thought about the homeboy who keeps sending me like reels and shit. But it's like, damn, bro, like, you don't want to go outside or something? We could talk about some shit. Plus, I did read Welcome to NHK, so we could talk about it. So I could tell him how ass it is. But I mean, yeah, like, I don't know what he has going on, and it's also concerning. It also goes for a different homegirl who I haven't seen in since May, I think. It's about to be August, by the way. I haven't seen her since May. End of May, granted. Matter of fact, I hadn't seen her in a good bit, but that's like other reasons I can't share, of course. But I mean, the point being is that I feel concerned for them, because I know what it's like to stay at home for too long. Because I bet you that bro did not travel whatsoever. Apparently his parents did or whatever. And it's like, damn. I mean, the least he could have done is like invite us. Maybe he just doesn't want our company. Doesn't mean that. I don't know. Doesn't mean that I don't think that necessarily means that he doesn't want us to be around, but he maybe doesn't want people to be around, unless it's like people very like he's used to having around like a sister or something. But like one time we told him like, yo, let's bounce, let's like go outside and shit. He just didn't. Like he said like, yeah, what we gonna do? And we told him like, yeah, we're just gonna roam around town. And granted, for some people it's gonna be boring, but I feel like if you're gonna do something as boring as just walking around town, it feels like it's always interesting with friends. And that's what I'm concerned about. He doesn't even go out to see his friends, no matter how mundane it is. And I think this mundanity needs to be preserved. I think that's very important, because some people just don't go out of their way to, I don't know, to realize that, yeah, you should embrace things that are boring. So, I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but the idea is just simply that, I don't know, like, I'm just feeling concerned, and it might, and chances are that, I mean, he's not the only one, I believe, but I don't want this to become normalized. And this conversation could go pretty far, because it comes back to this whole third spaces shit. Sometimes we are lucky to find third spaces, because like the last time I saw my homegirls, which was like on what, Tuesday, we got to stay at her grandparents' place, you know. And so we had like a TV and could make something to eat and all that stuff, and it was nice. Otherwise, if he didn't have a third space, probably would have just stayed in town at a park or something, or would have been like, okay, yeah, let's get home, like let's just go home. And you would have been at home at like 8. Oh, I would have been home at like 8 or something. And what people or corporations are trying to sell us right now are these artificially fabricated third spaces. Because maintaining a third space to begin with is probably already expensive enough. So when you have a company who can afford that, they can do whatever they want out of that third space. That makes sense. But by that I mean all for them it takes is that, yeah, they just control what it's about, what the requirements are, all that stuff. So I think about like coffee shops or something, and these are apparently the general place for third spaces. Yeah, these are the general places for third spaces, but they're expensive, and you can't constantly go to a coffee shop. You can't spend like, I don't know, like $8 for a coffee every fucking day just to meet up with somebody, and you can kind of feel that maybe I'm judging, but I feel like when the space isn't authentic enough, the chemistry won't either. And I believe that it's starting to become prevalent to an extent, and it makes me feel concerned. Third spaces simply aren't a thing anymore. Going out to eat, to meet up people, that's where we're running out of time to an extent, but by that I mean we are all busy. So it's like every time we meet outside, we always need to have a particularly good reason to meet up and shit. What if we just stayed at a park? But to be fair, at a park we can't really do anything. But then I also think about how old people are. Old people, even though I sometimes kind of dislike them, I will say that I need to draw inspiration from them more. Because when you go at the most random fairs, or like an art exposition or whatever, the biggest demographic you will always see, like at a museum and all that shit, it's always old people. It's like, I guess I'm assuming that they don't really have anything better to do anyway, and so they just do that. They just stay. They just visit some random I don't know. But yeah. I always feel like somebody's watching me. See, I'm not gonna lie, and I even mentioned it. I mentioned it before, but it is so uncomfortable when somebody enters the stream. Because if I'm being real, I don't even talk about anything crazy, but having somebody enter the stream and just say nothing and just stay there for a bit and just go away, it's like, I mean, at least engage with me. Just say hi or something. It's just somebody like looking until they go away. If it were a lurker and I had like an actual, like, if it were a lurker just like him, but I had like an audience that would actually properly engage with me and I was less anonymous, I wouldn't have cared, if I'm being real. But that is just like, son, brother, at least say something. Well, it's okay. I mean, anybody can be curious to see what's going on. That's why we need to gatekeep more. Where effects animation truly the bane of my existence. There's nothing worse in my opinion. I'm exaggerating of course, but it's like fuck. Like I really don't like that shit, bro. I want to talk more about the whole self-isolation thing. Frankly, I don't really know what to talk about and about that particularly. I guess my sense of concern, but I guess it was already addressed, so whatever. I'll be real, and this sounds like the most chat thing ever, but it does kind of bother me that I do have to work later. Even though if it's in the evening, it's for like 2 hours. I'm being lazy, to be real, but it still does kind of bother me because I'm in a state right now where I just want to finish this and whatever, and I'm very far from that goal. So I'm trying to do whatever it takes to get there, which means that I'll just dedicate so much time just doing nothing but work on this until it's done. But it's like I have to take ant steps. That's how slow it goes, and that's how slow I am animating. So it leaves no other choice but to work every day for like so many hours drawing the same pictures and whatever. But I don't know. Yeah, it just takes away time from me and I'm bothered. And you know what that means? That means I need that is a good sign that I need a break. Matter of fact, I probably should have taken a break today. Because that's not good, I think. I don't think that's good at all. Also, I should probably animate some threes, right? Right here. It's not trying to make it like some slow-mo shit, so I don't need it to be overly smooth or whatever. Man. Can you believe that? Like, I'm very happy that we live in a world where we don't need to animate things on once. That could have doubled my entire work. And I'm glad we do work like this, because it does look jarring when things are on once. Yeah, it looks pretty jarring then when frames are on once. And it would, yeah, I would just do double of my work. This animation would have come out in like fucking December, bro. I don't even know I'm not even sure if I'll be able to drop this before mid-August. I doubt it. At the speed I'm going at. What the fuck is that? And I kept on thinking about ways I could improve the, like not improve, but oops. I kept thinking about ways I could go quicker, one way or another. But I don't know. I keep thinking to myself, hey, maybe I can, like, maybe I can, I don't know, go quicker, make things a bit sloppier, but which take less time, which is probably how I should go with this animation. Like how I should approach it, but I don't know how to. I don't know how people draw quick. I don't know how people are so good at being efficient. It just simply makes no sense to me. And that bothers me so much. It's like I was never taught to do so. I mean, after all, I'm fully self-taught, so it's like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But it's like, damn. It's lame. Shit's lame. I do need to find a way though, because for the instance, it's like I'm 50 minutes in. How? All I did was add the in-betweens of the other frame, of the other layer of of the other cut that I was finishing up, and I'm doing basic smoke animation right now. That should not take this much time. Yet every time it does. And it makes me think about when I worked yesterday. No, actually, 2 days ago, there was like a coworker, and he showed me the ropes basically, and he told me like ways to just get quicker, knowing that we're working on a minimum wage. I guess that's how I interpreted it, but I had to clean up tables, and the thing is, I actually scrubbed those tables, like trying to be like very efficient and hard working and shit. But it's like, I don't need to do that. I just kind of brush it, like just a little scoop, and just go on to the next table, because there's like a bajillion of tables that I have to clean up. So if I do only that, it will take me like 2.5 hours to just clean up a bunch of tables. I won't have enough time to do other stuff. It's actually not that bad. So yeah, that's an issue. It's a real issue. I don't know how else to describe it, but essentially, he just showed me a way to be much quicker than usual, and as I took his advice and did what he told me to do, I just simply thought, yeah, I should implement this mindset in the animation. Cause it's okay. Cause okay, I'm already balls deep into this, and some things are really polished and all that stuff, animation wise. but I feel like I need to remind myself constantly that this is a solo project, and nobody will care about that, about the fact that things look so great or whatever the fuck. Nobody cares that my animation comes with a fucking RTX 9700 or whatever the fuck. You know, like, that's not the point. And yeah, drawing quality to an extent could be seen as important. But I don't know, like, I shouldn't just stay stuck on that. I just want to get the point across. But the thing is, I'm also terrified of making bad drawings. It's an old habit. That also explains the reason why I burn out so quickly. Because I spend too much time just drawing, doing such tedious drawings, not simplifying things. Simplifying is in itself, I believe, a skill, but it does go a long way. I feel like I've never really learned that. It's a shame. But I'll try my best. Just need to make sure it's somewhat understandable. And the lines are all connected. Because once I get to the coloring process, we're just adding white or like nuances of colors to the characters, slight nuances. I'll be good. Like, I don't want to overcomplicate things. Just so that things can tell things overlap and all that shit. Well, yeah, I'll try my best. Random, but it's like once again like a Slayer thing, underground bullshit. First of all, I just stopped following all these underground accounts, just some artists, but like news outlets, I just completely stopped like engaging with them, because they're like truly like the outlets themselves, they are not awful, but it's just what kind of people these outlets draw attention to that I dislike. And I don't know how else to describe it. It's just nah, it's hell. But yeah, I started off by unfollowing these people, and as I was unfollowing those outlets or just whatever, there was yet another artist who somehow got into beef with Slayer, and it's so weird. I swear that nigga could fucking fart and people will find that shit offensive. Bro could save little puppies and they will have something to say about that. He will say, yeah, I fuck with this, or I don't know. Like, I know he's into like Greek mythology or whatever, and he could say that and people would just hate on him. And it's so it's so sad to see, truly. And it made me realize multiple things, but I'll get to that. But the most recent beef right there was with DC the Dawn, a name I haven't heard in like 4 fucking years. And essentially he, apparently on Twitter, he like teased a collab with Slayer, which was far from the truth, and so Slayer called it out. It was like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing that shit or whatever, and he took offense for something he fabricated. Apparently, it wasn't intended to be seen like this, but you know, niggas is weird. So when he got called out, he started like being on a fucking rampage because hating on Slayer is like the trend now, and I guess he joined in. And side tangent, that's what I find so sad about this, is that the hate for this guy is not only like, it was already bad enough with the fans. I feel like the influence of hating this guy has even permeated to the artists themselves, just running with that same narrative, and I find that so wild, especially as somebody who is one of the best in this entire group. Like, it's baffling. It's truly baffling. Oops. It's so baffling. Like, you can tell he puts care into this shit, and he just gets hated for it. I saw some people calling other artists like tryhards and shit, and it's like, so you're just ass because you're trying? Like, what's going on? What is this scene? But it got me to realize something, which is that the underground, I don't know why I haven't made that connection earlier. I think I had known this more or less, and it kind of makes sense in the grand scheme of things, but it still still isn't being put enough into emphasis. But the underground is a bubble. It's a bubble of a part of rap, you know, a part of the rap world. It's actually not what we know as traditional rap, which is fine, you know. But what makes it weird is that within that bubble, they still manage to appear conservative. There's a lot to talk about there, but I just think that the way, like, the sense of elitism that people have in that bubble is really bad, like, especially when it comes to gatekeeping stuff, calling people new gens and shit. Thing is, the underground has become so big, and this is complete speculation or hypothesis and stuff, but the underground has become so big that you tend to see artists who get like millions of streams and all that shit. But I don't know how to describe this, but I'm not sure how to describe this. But no matter how big these artists are, like Fake Mink having like 8 million streams, whatever the fuck, and that's a lot, and that's pretty crazy to think about. But no matter how big these people become, they are still, to an extent, and this is where it becomes kind of the lines blur a little bit. They are still underground. Because you ask one person who Fake Mink is, they couldn't tell you whatsoever. They don't know what the fuck a Fake Mink is. Like, really? That's the way I see it, at least. Like, genuinely, I had the idea. I remember I had mentioned. I think it depends also on the people you talk to, of course, all the time. That's completely normal. But I remember telling people about Fake Mink. You know, they were really like, oh, who's that? And I had to tell them, like, yeah, he's this British underground rapper and shit or whatever. And I was even conflicted in calling him underground, but I don't know, like he's not as universally known as other mainstream artists. Like if I tell people, yeah, you know about Don Toliver, right? They will know. Or Ken Carson, maybe. Or just, yeah, like Yeats. Like tell me about Yeats, and they're completely known. Obviously, these are different levels, but just everybody knows, and that's the thing. The underground, truly, it is a bubble. No matter how you want to argue that, it is a bubble, and I feel like in that bubble, it just creates this entire culture of people. I don't know how to describe this, but it just creates this entire culture. But you have to adhere to it in some way, otherwise you're just, I don't know, like you're something. If you're not something that you're quote supposed to be, you will be ostracized and seen as like a complete piece of shit for God knows whatever reason. And even when it comes to the music itself, that's where one of my biggest issues is. It's where people don't even know what they're doing. And by not knowing what they're doing, they get praised for that. And this might sound like this whole stupid, elitist, music theory bullshit kind of rhetoric. But if I'm being real, that shit is kind of needed. And I'm not necessarily talking about music theory or whatever. I'm not an old racist man, come on now. But just simply speaking, when it comes to the people who came before us, there needs to be more studying to do, I feel like. Because everybody just does the same shit. Because it's like, people would try to deny this, but I personally believe that everything in the underground, a lot of things in the underground, are just a byproduct of what Cardi made 6 years ago. Ever since, these people just have never let go of that. And they have never let go of that, but in a way they try to build off of it. But it doesn't really fully work because they are so attached to that sound. And they are still so, that influence is still so prevalent that it's hard to even think that it's hard to even, I don't know, like it's hard to fathom that they try to convince you that they are not influenced by Cardi. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. And I think that because it's like the influence is so prevalent. I don't know how else I could describe it. From the voice, the production. I mean, they made a whole genre based on it called rage. Also, it's kind of a cringe ass name for a genre. I'm not gonna lie, some TikTok ass shit. But I don't know what to say. It's like. I find it to be sad. I truly believe that there was a video I saw yesterday by this artist named Black Cray. Apparently he's also in the underground, but not in the same underground bubble as the one that we know of. But it seems like he's more into a different form of rap. I'm not sure what exactly he makes, but he's not a prevalent name that you would hear in the underground. But he's an artist who I I heard like from a snippet of an interview where he says that yeah, all these underground people, they all sound the same. It's like 95% of them really try just regurgitate the same things, while 5% are actually trying to move stuff, like to push new ideas, concepts and shit. And then he made like a little joke saying like, yeah, we need y'all in the, yeah, we need some workforce, like blue collar jobs or whatever. And it's like, and he said like, yeah, bro, we need you in society. Like, you can leave the music to the rest of the 5%, those who actually add something. And that sounds kind of fucked up, but also makes you think that music itself, especially in the underground and all that stuff, it has become saturated. So you have to really go. It's like it's bloated. It's like you have to go through all these hurdles of the ass just to get to one artist who's actually good about good in what he's making, and an artist who actually cares about what he's making. And it's baffling to see how the state of the underground, because it's like everything I find ass is universally praised there, and everything I love is just called corny, burger, and all that shit. Narratives run deep in the underground. People don't even care about the music anymore, I feel like. Just see the image and they just think it's hot. They see a man with dreads they think is hot and deem that their music is good. I said seriously, sometimes I hear like Chase music and I'm thinking, what do they find good in that? It is truly not good what he's making. And he has like the most amount of streams, the most amount of recognition, praise and shit, and all he does is just jack other people's shit. Like, people like really live in a world where right now where people could take other people's swag and go viral with that and get success with it. It is baffling. It is absolutely baffling. But yeah, I guess that's the world we live in right now. To be real, it's kind of concerning. People don't like to critically think right now, in the times we live in. It doesn't fully surprise me. At the same time, it's pretty scary as well to think about. So many lines, I can't really keep up. What tripping? Where's this from? Oh, fair enough. Bro, I thought it was like just extra line just added to each other or something. I'll just try something. Wait, what? Oh, now we good. One thing I would want to say though, regards to Slayer and the Underground, is that considering how things are just going for him and how people are just constantly, like, they are dead ass bullying this guy. When all he does is just quite literally nothing at making music. But considering how they are treating him, he needs to stay off that shit, like, very far away. And I believe he's like one of the only few people who has genuine mainstream potential because of how many styles and flows and all that stuff he touches up on. He has mainstream potential because he really manages to cater to different populations, different audiences, without necessarily trying too hard to do so. And that's only because you can feel through his music that these are his own interests. He flips certain samples and uses certain styles of music and genres to make it his own, which also creates this diversity of the things that he likes. All these inspirations that he culminates into different types of sounds that certain different types of people could like. Like, you know how crazy it is that people went after him because he did EDM? It baffles me, not gonna lie. It's actually scary that people even think like that, to bash somebody because they did EDM. It's scary. It's scary what we're heading towards. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to do this one. I'll get back to it later, probably. Yeah, honestly, yeah, regarding Slayer, I just need this nigga to get out the underground as soon as possible. It doesn't mean that he needs to blow up. It just means that he doesn't need to be associated to them, or he just needs to stop interacting with any of these people there. Stay with his close connections, like his producers, his homeboys, people he made friends with. Like, I know he fucks with Tiffany Day and stuff, and that's the thing. She makes like EDM and like hyperpop shit. And he tapped into that as well for Bloodlux and now Avon Nova. And I find it to be great. Like that just opens even more those doors for him. And I want to see, I just want to see more potential like this. But I feel like I just don't want it to get stunted by these people online. And it does affect him because he has even talked about it in interviews and shit, but it's bad, like it's genuinely bad how far this is going. And nobody ever talks about that either. Barely, if I'm being honest. It's horrible, truly. Huh, looks way better within the in-betweens, would have thought. Yeah, nah, like, I don't fuck with any of that weird shit that people are trying to pull out. just harass a guy like this because he's making music. And they start talking about his clothes and swag and shit. It's like, bruh. I get it, there's a certain level of importance in it. The thing is, he doesn't even dress all that bad. He just, remember, he had like a, he had the symbols of a deck of cards on a train, like on a fit. And his fit really was just like, how do you call this? Like a trainer? In English folks don't understand, but it's like a jogging fit, I don't know how you call it, but yeah. And it's like, people said like, yeah, fuck was there, but bro, his clothes are so ass much. And it's like, you wouldn't have said this if you wasn't fat, if I'm being real. I will probably say yes to that. I just find it wild that it even needs to be oh no, we could. It's just crazy that it even needs to be addressed. Like, what did I? But yeah, I seriously need bro to stop associating with the underground expeditiously, like immediately. These people are like demented, like they have genuine issues. Oh yeah. I mean, this could work. I just need to add some color afterwards. Yeah, Slayer, please. And I need people to get out the underground, please. Just stop associating with this stupid ass community. It sounds parasocial as shit, but it's just so horrible to see somebody really actually trying to make good music and getting cooked for that. And the worst part is whenever people are in the comments and talk about their artists like they're fucking anime power scalers, like, yeah, he clears him and whatever. Conversations that are so subjective and actually go nowhere. I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna take a little break. Interesting tweet right there. Yes, I'm on Twitter, I'm sorry. Oh. Hello, my name is Gay, what's your name? Okay. No. I was looking for something else. What? I tweaked I'll watch this later. That was an interesting, oh, wow. Somebody saying, what gets me is now that I think about it, I don't actually know the last time I watched a new anime that did a montage like this or used any kind of intermediate filmic language at all. I find it to be interesting. And maybe not in a way like this. Yeah, there are not a lot of anime that make montages like this. But I do think about, I am thinking about Frieren right now, because I'm watching this right now. Like off stream when I work, I'm watching Frieren like on the side, and I'm enjoying it and stuff, but there are a lot of montages where they try to show like how time passes as they're doing their little side quests. I think that's really charming, and I feel like it's not being done often enough. I guess they're right. People go straight to the action, straight to the things. Sometimes we need like breathers, you know. That's what I'm trying to achieve with my animation. Maybe I didn't try it too well, but there are a fair amount of moments where things just stop, and it's like, oh, what's going on? What's happening? Instead of constant animation all the time, or like constant motion movement, people jumping off buildings and shit. I've said this multiple times, but I think that's important. We cannot lose these recipes of just letting people breathe before shit goes south. But probably because the vast majority of anime are adaptations of manga, you would only get a montage like this if it's an original project with no source material. Like Evangelion was, except for if the director tried to be overly stylistic for whatever reason. Can't fully agree with that. You guys would love Great Pretender. I think you can easily achieve these things. I think as a lot of, well, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I don't think that manga is just simply the reason for things to not be like paced as such. Yeah, Frieren really manages to do that, and I love it. I think that's what I love about Frieren so much, because it really is slow. And what I love about Frieren as well is how, oh, this must be a recent thing. Actually, I'm not sure. What I like about Frieren is how it has this RPG aspect, but RPG aspect in the sense where they really go out of their way to do these side quests, and they appear tedious, but as you watch it, you can feel the relations growing and the relations that they build with the townsmen and all that shit. And even though it might pay off later, because they do start to remember, like, now sometimes, like, for example, Frieren, as when she went on her first adventure with Himmel, she, like, years later, 80 years after they defeated the Demon King, people still remember her because of the good deeds that Himmel did and his team, including Frieren and all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's what I like about Frieren, but to do that, it requires slowness, just breathers. The big difference is most anime are manga based and will go out of their way to stretch the story out as long as they can, so they don't outpace the manga. Evangelion, I can't speak today. On the other hand, is wholly original, so they can toy with pacing more freely. I could believe that, but the manga thing, I'm a bit conflicted, because it's like, I mean, ultimately the directors have their own interpretations of things, so I believe that some can get out of their way to yeah, I think it's more of a director thing than a manga thing. You can really tell when a director of an anime only watches other anime. Oh no, when a director of an anime only watches other anime. Yeah. It's so much worse when you can tell that film director only watches anime. It's pretty funny. Oh yeah, whatever. Oh, you're a bitch, Kaisenet. It was just one Smash tournament. I wanna know what happened. What the fuck? Yeah, but Roshi's goaded when he ain't perving, okay? I think it's actually pretty telling about his character that Master Roshi could overpower and whoa. Okay. Alright. See? Okay. Oh fuck. Yo, what is this timeline? Okay. Bro, I hate Twitter. Haven't seen a single clip of this thing past Viridian Sea. I swear to God. The thing is, okay, there's like another stupid drama that people hate because people are hating on because, oh my God. See, okay, this is ugly. This is ugly. Like that background, it does not look good. But I really love HD2D styles. It's not even a new concept. It's like you could take Tales of Destiny director's cut today, like any matter of fact any PS1 JRPG with an open world and shit, and you will have this kind of style, just like this. Now it doesn't have voxels, but you will have 3D planes and all that shit. It's nothing new, and people have known this. The issue with HD2D is that they add so many effects post production wise, and it just becomes so bloated and ugly that you low-key don't even want to play it. But the style itself of using 2D sprites, boldly, not even like rotating them all that much, animation wise, and just leaving 3D spaces as is, like it's like a box of toys that you're playing with. I love that shit. It just needs to be executed well. But people hate that shit. On Twitter at least, they hate HD2D. Like it's like the new consensus now apparently. When these hive minds just gather and hate on shit. Oh yeah, this guy is right though. Like every clip I've seen of this, I have not seen one person beat the first gym leader, and I don't understand why. Because I think it's cool, and I feel like the issue as well is that people, we know Gen 1. We have seen it so many times now. Like we get it, you know. Like we have seen it so many times. Plus it's not even the remake. It's not like Fire Red either. It's Gen 1. And truly, I actually like Gen 1, but it's like the most, by now, from what we have now, it's like the most basic Pokemon ever. With the starters and the particular Pokemon, the designs and shit, it's not very crazy. So I don't understand, like, why they even went out of their way to particularly to remake this, when they could have immediately gone straight to Pokemon Fire Red and decompiled that in order to make a remake. Maybe it's harder on GBA to recompile games, but I don't know. It's just thoughts. There's an old book here titled Overcoming Shyness. Earthbound reference, by the way. Steal My Gorilla? Yeah, shit was awful. I might play Mother 3, I swear to God. Since we're never getting Oddity, I might as well play some RPGs. Also, yo, because of Frieren, like it just watching it while working, it's like it feels amazing in a way. I don't know why, but I just love seeing the dynamics of the characters. They're like a three character party right now. But there's something about like how they, like I don't even fondly adore the characters. It's just their dynamics that I like, and how they teach each other things, lore about Himmel's group, even though it does get kind of annoying whenever there's some scene and Frieren always has to go, oh, this reminds me of that one time we did that thing with Himmel, every single time, you know. But no, I think it's also when they head to a random town or a village, and they just stop by and they ask, hey, have you seen this and that? We're looking for the spell right now, you know. And they say, oh, it's probably located here, or you have to talk to this person. And then they start like they go up to this person and they say, oh, I can give you this spell when you defeat these fucking, I don't know, mushrooms or some shit that have been harassing my crops. And they will go out of their way to do that, because mind you, Frieren is like on some after game shit. She traveled across the land for 80 years straight. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, for 80 years, or a bit less, I don't know. But at least it had been 20 years, nearly 30 years actually, since Himmel died, like passed away. And I just find that so, like, the thing is, so she's like overly OP, and yet still, she goes out of the way to help out other people. Like that in itself, like for a very little return, like she doesn't need to do all that. I think she can locate these spells on her own, or like in much simpler ways, or in ways that are less tedious than helping up some damn villagers or something, or do like play errand girl. But that's what I find that to be so relaxing for some reason. I love that so much, and I think that's so. I just think it's so dope. Like this feeling of connection and doing things for others and just being nice. Obviously, she does it for a reward, but so every time there's an episode or a moment, nearly every episode where they go for a side quest, I tend to forget it's for the sake of being rewarded something, because in between it, because the majority of the times actually what they represent is actually what they display is the process of the work that they do. So there's that, but also it's also the connection they make with the people around. So the person that gave them the quest in the first place, you get to learn more about them, all that stuff, or some issues that might arise. And sometimes people, and what they manage is that they manage to add stakes to random side quests, which Frieren could handle, but which still arrive pretty unexpected. They still manage to make you believe that, oh shit might actually, like, it could, like, shit's about to go down. Except that, not really, because they still manage to find a solution. And it's not in a way where you think that, I mean, we all know that Goku at the end will win, you know? It's in a way where it's like, damn, we have encountered something which is way more unusual than what we encounter, like a particular spell or curse, which also puts more into the lore adds more to the lore and world building of Frieren. And so it's like they always have in this mysterious world, they have to encounter more of the unknown. And it's crazy because you have to think about how Frieren has been around for centuries. And still, like, she's been around for centuries. And so she knows about a lot of spells and all that stuff, and about the world, and about the travel she did in order to defeat the Demon King. And yet still, there's so many mysteries in this world where you could truly just die one day because you didn't know about a particular monster that did you dirty or whatever. And yeah, I mean, just in general, yeah, Frieren is incredible. And actually, I did watch Frieren in 2024, except that I didn't really pay attention to it. I watched it while I was working on a painting, and I had headphones on, and I had my laptop on the side, and the only thing I did was like listen to music or watch Frieren in that case. By the way, I'm watching it dubbed because the dub is really good, and I can't keep looking at the screen to peep the subtitles. Like, you know, I need to listen to what I'm hearing and have some fleeting images. But yeah, Frieren is great. So yeah, I watched it like real quickly. I watched it without paying full attention to it, and I ended around like the mage exam thing, like the first round. Afterwards, I just kind of forgot about it because I was done with my painting. I just stopped watching because I didn't really care. But now that I'm watching it again, I just like how things progress in this anime, and it's hard to recommend it to people, if I'm being real, because I feel like it's either you like it or you don't. I like it particularly because of how much it reminds me of JRPGs and side questing and connection that people make and shit. Power of friendship type beat. No, I'm playing, but it's not. Watching this and hearing the dialogues of, I mean, I guess quote NPCs, it reminded me of an older time, let's say, of when me and my siblings used to play Tales of Symphonia. We had you have these people going on adventures, Dragon Quest, older Final Fantasy games, more or less. I don't have any other examples, but like Tales of games specifically were really good at that. And just in general, like I love it. It's so cool. What is this? Oh no, isn't that the AI shit? Oh my god, no. No. I'm not doing that. Hell no. 2 previously unreleased, yeah, I saw that. Okay. Low-key being British is the strength that I have. And that's actually true. Her samples and influences and shit, beautiful. I love her. Put a human lobster on a plate outside Lobster Fest to force people to see the victim behind the tradition. Can I say something that everyone won't get mad at, and it's very obvious? I don't give a fuck. What the fuck? Okay. Night Yagami, Dark Yagami, yeah, I get it. It's because she's black and black people have darker skin, yeah. I'm sick of that. Chill. Not my favorite album per se, I will say that. And it is incredible, but it's not the best one. It's actually pretty dope. So I should make it so that fake postings it against terms of service. That's a very obvious reason why this is a bad idea. I don't have anything in mind, but I don't want that to happen. UK Poo Pioneer. Yeah. Hilarious. Same. No, actually I did watch Obsession. The Ramadan recovers 104 million extra tips in New York City workers from delivery apps. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, I read that wrong. I thought he stole the tips. That's crazy. It's actually pretty interesting. Well, that's what I kind of did. Well, I did things kind of diagonally, rather. But not like a dip. Should try that. Shout out Shofu and Matt. Police officer tech. Wait, what? Hand baking. Yeah. Oh, that's. Oh, Annie. Oh, it's probably like. I don't know. Shout out Annie. Is this a weird translation? I guess this is the case of fools like smoke enjoy heights. Is this a weird translation? I've never heard that before. Yeah, me neither. I want you this way. Yeah. I want you this is where this would end. Yeah. I'm gonna get back to it. What time is it? Shit, it's 1 p.m. soon. What the fuck? Oh shit, hold on. This is important. That's all I need to hear. Can't wait till it drops. Stop being an audience member of your own life. Less input, more output. I feel like I've seen these kinds of videos so many times. And they are right, but I'm getting kind of sick of it. Maybe I'm sounding like a hater, but it's like, yeah, thank you. You're just telling me stop staying on my phone and get a hobby. But I feel like they're phrasing it in a way where it has to be intrinsically beneficial. Like every action you have to make needs to be intrinsically beneficial. It has to be which is a good thing, but it's like it has to be the reason why you're doing it, not because you're like enjoying it or passing time or spending more time with other people or developing relationships and whatnot. It's always like be productive because it's good for you. And that's not the best advice. Okay, what does she say? Please be on my side. I'm starting to think people who make these type of productivity ins for YouTube videos are legitimately sinister and possibly evil. See, this is too much. And you could still argue that, but this is just like, why? On second thought, this might extend to anyone making YouTube videos, full stop. Wait, what? Jungian scholar relax to Carl Jung AI slob. Okay. What the fuck are you watching? The psychology of being hot. Are you ugly or did you just decide that? Jesus Christ. Okay. I'd encourage you to interrogate whether that reaction is on the merits of the video or how the video makes you feel about yourself. But I'd encourage you to never talk to anyone in this patronizing ass tone ever again. You could argue it's kind of patronizing, but at the same time, we're on Twitter. This is how all you hate ass niggas talk, so you shouldn't, like, you know. But genuinely one of the most insidious types of video because it tricks people into thinking they're being productive with their doom scrolling. They are like online snake oil salespeople to me. I mean, not to that extent, but it's misleading. It appears deceitful as well. But bro, of course they are. You think they're interested in you feeling better? Yeah, that's the thing. They want you so mindlessly captured by neuroticism, in the pursuit of being the ultimate productive peon. All you do is watch the lazy-ass bullshit, limp-wristed solutions to vague, broad problems. I mean, buzzword. The last part, I kinda agree. Just the way it's phrased, which makes me not want to agree with them. I just don't think they actually make anything of value or have real problems to begin with. This, I could agree with. This, we don't know because we don't know these people. Especially in this economy, none of us are thinking of maximizing our productivity just to not be rewarded proportionally for it, bro. People are trying to just survive at this point. All YouTubers are evil narcissists with a 25% chance of being a mini Epstein. Bro, like, see, why am I even still on this? This is what that one asshole with dyed blonde hair thinks he's doing. No one can do it like Prince. First of all, fucking crazy. Two, who the fuck is he talking about? I love you, but please don't shade us. I love you, but please don't shade your reference sheets. What do you mean? Oh, art fight. The way our eyeballs work now is just hilarious. They just be plugging them joints in the kitchen appliances, I swear to God. Why people be like, I didn't even think I'd live past 18. Black people can be suicidal too, by the way. It always has to be black and white, by the way. The fuck is that? Hell no. Racism? And we're in the tier. Cause it's frying my brain as we speak. Oh, brother, why did I do that to myself? Okay. And it's getting hot. Oh, wait, fuck. Too much hate in this world. I'm sick of it. Yeah, sorry for the Sorry for the fan. It's just really. This is really quick, isn't it? Oh, if I'm being real, I don't really care. Okay. I guess we go with this one. Now to the Goliath of a cut. This is what? This could be longer, mind you, but this is what? 8 seconds? Oh my god. Alright. Okay, let's start off with this. I mean, most of these are actually on 2s or 3s, so I shouldn't be worried too much, right? And I feel kind of concerned. Yeah, also, I kinda low-key, let's say, tried out, I kinda tried out Umopen yesterday. Just very first impressions, as in like, oh no wait, oh, I have to redraw all these, fucking hell. Also I drew on the layout, which made it even worse. I quickly tried out Umopen, and by God, I don't know how we deserve to have this software. Umopen, what a goat. Now Umodev, holy fuck. Like, this is like, I just skimmed through it, and I was jizzing, bro. Like, 'cause fuck, like what made us deserve such a great program like this? And hell yeah, I'm paying for that shit. I'm just too broke right now. But even like, I would not only pay for it, but I would also donate, because it's still in debate on all that. He's fixing problems and probably adding more features and shit, but from what he's shown us, and I don't care how long it takes for the 1.0 version to drop, but fuck, like, that motherfucker is cooking. Truly, I have no idea how we deserve that. Yeah. So yeah, all the more luck for Umodev. I mean, and I hope this program becomes successful. And I honestly think it will. It definitely needs more buzz. But I feel like in the whole like sakuga community, it did its rounds. So much so that you had Waylon actually trying it out, which is pretty awesome. I feel like that's how a lot of people found out about it. Well, I only found out through Twitter because I saw a mutual making animation on it. I didn't know what Umopen was. Like, he said, yeah, made with Umopen. I thought it was like an OC or something. Then I saw what it actually was, and I was like, oh, animation program? And I heard all the features it had, and I was going crazy. I was like, what? What the fuck? How? And it just got better. You can draw online, bro. And well, the thing is, no, it's a multi like program thing. I thought it was only animation. And when I opened it yesterday, I saw that. When I opened it yesterday, I saw that you could not only make animation, but you can like make regular drawings. Which I thought, oh, I mean, you could say it's a given, but I thought the thing is, animation programs are like almost always exclusively animation, you know. So maybe it won't have the same perks illustration-wise as it has, as Clip Studio has. But regardless, the fact that it exists is like, man, he really puts love into that shit. And so you have all that shit. Then you have, so you can not only make like regular drawings. By the way, when you're making regular drawings, you can add pages to it. This might sound stupid as fuck, but name me one other program that can do that. Because Clip Studio Paint can do it. If you make an illustration, it's just one illustration. You can make multiple pages. So, which means that if you want to make multiple studies for something, it just remains as such. Like if you want to make multiple studies, you can't add multiple pages. You really have to make a file. Like, you can skim through pages, simple as. So every time you have to make a new CSP file, and that's annoying, because then you have to open up every fucking file. You can't export everything at the same time if you want to export all your studies. That's just stupid. So yeah, just wow. That was crazy enough. Then I saw you could make books, so like comics. It's like, god damn, what more? And man, it's so well optimized. And I see the animations thing, which was a given, of course. And then I also see, the online thing. And Annie actually told me about this, because I just in one stream that she appeared, she was on chat in. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, I felt like this felt like a dream in a way. It's shit that I've always wanted, because I had tried out like I was for a bit I was on Adobe Anime because I didn't know any other program. I didn't like I matter of fact, I still don't understand people are still on Macromedia or Adobe Flash or whatever. But I guess there are some functionalities that are working well. I don't know why they use it still, but these are also OGs using that shit. But fuck, I feel like the wishes that people wanted from Macromedia that have disappeared because of Adobe Anime that we have now seem to have been re-implemented into UmoPen. Oh fuck, right, I need to text somebody. I want to wait. Okay, home goes. What the fuck? Okay, no, I didn't want to text her, but so yeah, I got a hunger. She sent me a reel. It says, "Don't forget to water your dick today, so it grows big and strong." Yeah, certainly a girl who sent me that. You know why it's important to mention that it's a girl who sent me that? Because she has no idea how dicks work. Sounds stupid, but whatever. No, I actually want to text somebody because I actually want to see her. I think I said that at the beginning of the stream, but where's she at? Jesus, it's been 2 weeks. I told her, yeah, just let me know when you want to see, like, when you want to see, like, we want to see each other. It's been 2 weeks. She hasn't told me anything, so I'm just gonna. I won't double text, by the way. I'm just gonna let her know. Like, even that is embarrassing to let her know. Like, if she still wants to go out or something. Matter of fact, she might be on holiday, so stupid ideas. Anyway. Back, I just need to take somebody. Otherwise, this theme is so beautiful. Also, I keep thinking about how I should take the piano lessons for me, because I really want to learn some of these themes. Like this is a bit complex from what I'm hearing. But there are some others I might be able to do, which might also be complex, but not like this is like elaborate, and it feels too sophisticated for me. Like, this is a bit too much. And I have a friend who does play the piano. She could probably learn that, but what the fuck am I like? She's not some fucking monkey. Like, taking way too much time, just in general. But yeah, I just sent the message, but whatever. Alright. Okay. Wait. Yeah, I've been noticing that I've been kind of less concentrated lately, because I'm trying to push myself to be more efficient by working longer hours or whatever. But that's not good. That's not good. I'm realizing as more time passes. It's like very far from sufficient, and I should be wary of that. So I suppose, and even though it kind of annoys me, I might have to take a break. Maybe tomorrow. Should I take a break for 2 days so I could really like get back to it? In fact, the risk in taking breaks as well is that it makes me want to work on it less afterwards. But yeah, I just need to unwind in a way. It's important to take breaks. Truly realizing now, because working on something, project of this bulk, requires you. It's like obligated that you have to take breaks. You see, also, as I'm working on this, I keep thinking about different things I have to conceptualize, such as, I don't know, like the background and shit, which I could probably trace, which I hope it's gonna go very quick. What else? All the post-processing shit, the coloring, which I'm not too fully worried about. What else? All that stuff. Or effects animation. I feel like I'm gonna dedicate a moment to add additional effect animation, which I'm gonna hate, or which I kinda have to add, because otherwise my animation won't have anything to it, I feel like. Well, yes it has, but it's probably gonna amplify its visual experience a bit more, to an extent. All that jazz. And having this alone, it's like, fucking hell. But when it comes to these other processes, I'm not gonna go out of my way to make like a test thing or test animation or something. I'm just gonna go straight into it, because holy crap, like I can't do this. One issue that I've produced in making this layout is that I forgot to account CH2's silhouette, I suppose, in the sense where I forgot that he's fucking buff, and that sometimes he just looks like a stick, because I didn't really fully plan it out. And sometimes when I change his morphology, I don't know, he yeah, he appears kind of skinny, or things get timing wise and spacing wise, things get kind of missynchronized, if that's a term. But yeah, our proportions end up being like completely different, and it's not the best thing to have. Synchronize. I think once I'm done with Frion, I'm probably gonna watch Fiona and Cake, 'cause that apparently is pretty good. And I draw all kinds of like random poses. The only reason why this is even 8 seconds, and I'm not too mad about it, it's just annoying to work with, but the only reason why it's even that long is because I had reached a point where I kept making cuts that were just too short. Like some of the cuts I had to scrap is only because, especially on scene 2, someone had to scrap because they didn't really serve that much of a purpose, because they were just too short, and sometimes they didn't really serve any, I don't know, like pacing, like in terms of pacing, or what purpose they had for the entire animation. They weren't, they lacked use in a way. I don't know how to explain this, but I just felt that, and to an extent they felt kind of useless to add, so I just kind of simply removed them, which was worth it. So at least I have less to work on, but I feel like every time it just comes with an equivalent exchange of me just shooting myself in the foot in a way. I kind of love how he's roaming around, like flying through the buildings. Like he's kind of flying through the buildings like Spider-Man or something like that. But one thing that I keep on thinking about when it comes to this animation is how unfortunate it is that I didn't fully go out of my way to make them interact more with their environment. This was like one of the aspects that I wanted to add on to this, but I had such a hard time actually conceptualizing this that I kind of ended up scrapping that idea too. Sucks that I have to anticipate on getting a job. You know, now that I also think about it, and yes, I do have time to work on my animation right now, but I think I do prefer working around like either in the morning or during noon, because it's like once it's done, right? And so then I'll get home, and then I have the whole day for myself, and then I just like continue working on my animation. But I have this thing where I don't know if it's anxiety or anything, but I just feel like I have to anticipate what's about to come for me during the day. So I just have to kind of, there's something on my mind just stuck. There's just something stuck on my mind, makes you think, yeah, bro, you have this thing later on, like, don't miss that shit, don't do no fuck shit. And so it's like I have to do these activities under certain conditions before I head out. It's like I have to do things under even more pressure. My fault, feet kind of scratchy right now. It's horrible. Yeah. Well, hold on. So some poses are truly an enigma. I don't even know what I was trying to do here. I don't know if he's like doing a flip or something. I don't know. Wait. I guess I was trying to make him like rotate in the air, like flip in some way, but it doesn't seem to be working all that well. Did I even add a book layer? Yeah, seems like it. Oh yeah, obviously I did. I suppose I'll have to add multiple ones, because it'd be cool, it'd be a good idea to have like some buildings like passing by on the forefront. Would make even more sense, if I'm being honest. Also, bruh, because of that job, my lower back has been so sore. Since the tables are kinda low and I have to stand like right in front of them and low-key bow down to clean them up, it puts such a strain on my lower back that I'm realizing, damn, I really, like, this is, it's I think it's important if I work on it. So meaning that I might have to like work out more. Mr. Jim. Anyway. Oh, we're gonna get this money. No worries. I truly have no clue what this pose even is. Assuming it's like, I'm just gonna go with that. I think around 3 or end stream, or maybe a bit sooner. We'll see. Cause I need rest. I didn't sleep that much tonight. Just pretty dumb on my end. I don't know what's happening here. Goodness. Really hoping this cut turns out well. How many? Jesus Christ. 20. God damn! Okay, this is a lot. Man, fuck this animation shit. Okay, let's make haste. I don't know what's happening here. think I need more anime or whatever that go into that are kind of meta, like that are into anime production itself. Because I just remembered that advertisement that was it Sony? I don't know what it was again. Some animation company, I think, promoting their animation software, I think. And how do I say this? Yeah, and then just the ad itself was so nice. I thought it was like a real show, and I thought, yo, I could low-key watch that, but it wasn't. And I feel like there are not as many animation production like anime. Now there is what was it again? Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken or something. These like high schoolers who are creating like their own anime or whatever. And that's pretty dope, but I need more. That basketball one, I love that so much. Because it just looked relatable. It looked fun and relatable. You have some geekish girl who's trying to learn the motions of basketball on her own, goes to basketball she goes out of her own way to really like go outside and study how movement functions, and reenacts it herself to get an idea of it, and sees other people doing it, and it's dope. I love it, because then then it creates this kind of whole awkwardness in her personality and stuff. And then there's the scene where she goes home and she's like taking a call and shit. And you see her drawing it, you see her flipping through the frames and whatever. And it's like, damn, this has so much potential. Why is this not becoming a real thing? Guess we can't have anything. It's like the promotional video that Shueisha, I think, made for Jujutsu Kaisen, which was like, it admits the culling games. I forgot which volume it was, but it had Yuki on it. But it was pretty nice. I loved it a lot. Because the thing is, bro, the music that plays with it and the live action, like, it's fully live action, but there's no character actually appearing, but it only references the things that happen throughout that arc, with the characters and their techniques and shit. And that's so dope. It's so nice. And the music too. It's so catchy, but it seems like they will never actually release it. It's been like 3 years since they released it. The video itself has like 7 million views. So yeah, very, very, very unfortunate. I hate unreleased stuff. Apparently the song that they used for their promotion was only commissioned, so it doesn't really have an actual official release. But it's like, damn. It's so nice, it's so catchy. Well, I don't know. Not necessarily catchy, but it's just cool. When I went to see my homegirls, and we stayed at one of my homegirls' grandparents' place, I had mentioned this one classmate like another time, and she kind of teased me because it's like, oh, classmate this, classmate that. I'm just gonna call her classmate because I don't want to mention her. But she said like classmate this, classmate that, just to tease me, you know. And There was this one time where we went out of our way to go. There was one time where there was like this thing that the art kids did. I guess the art people in who are doing their bachelor's degree at my art school. They organized like a whole thing and it was pretty nice and stuff. They had a cool little thing. And as it was getting late, well, for me at least, because I wanted to get home a bit sooner, I told everyone, yeah, okay, I need to go home. And classmate, she went, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, you going home? Yeah, I'm gonna go with you. And then we went home together, And what my homegirl told me then was that she later on hit up our homeboy, and they started talking shit, and she told me that she told me that I went off with a girl like on some flirty shit when it's not really the case. And he went, was it with the, so dumb, by the way, he's black. He said like, was it with the chocolate pudding? Oh my goodness, why did he say that? And then she went, nah, it's with the matcha. Cause, she's, yeah. I just tend to think about that, it's so dumb. Yes, it took bajillion years to tell that story, but I'm bad at storytelling, voila. But nah, that kind of killed me. It's kind of, I just, they're so fucking stupid. Matcha. Honestly, since I cut so much shit, this cut is actually much shorter than it is, because it's really just him flying through the buildings, then jumping on a building to jump off again to prepare a kick, and then like the other things that I conceptualized were like much more elaborate. But this is like pretty straightforward in a way. Just that it's really long because, yeah, I don't know. But just have to remember that classmate, that somebody had a classmate on, no, had a crush on classmate, and she told me, oh my god, she told me her homegirl, her best friend could go well with him. Like, oh my god, bro. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's like other context, random, personal life shit. Well, not overly personal, but it's like, yeah, it can't feel what I'm feeling, but it's like, damn. I just think it's worth. I don't know if it's worth mentioning it, but I just need to express it because it's like, fuck. Can you believe it? Like, that kind of shit really happens. Is she that oblivious? Like, it's not like it feels like she's being obtuse, you know? It's like genuinely what she thought, like, what she's thinking. And the thing is, she might give him chances and stuff, you know? But, oh lord. Like, she might give him a chance. Maybe if he asks her out. But I feel like they are too friendly for that to be an actual relationship. Like, am I tripping? Like, I don't feel it's like romantic connection. I'm not the type to be even overly into like romance stuff. Like, I don't think that a romantic relationship should like determine everything or should be seen as this extremely overly important thing. But still, I think a level of romance should be required to an extent. I don't see that in him, nor her. And maybe I can kind of understand why he's into her. And she's a really good person and shit, but it's like, fuck. Imagine he confesses and she goes, yeah, actually I like somebody else. That's even worse, I think. But it's like, is it worse? I don't know. But it's like, damn. He has never told me, by the way. I just knew it through outsider's business. I don't know what's happening here. Like, what the fuck did I even try doing? Because I can gather that these are his arms, but what's this? What's that? Wait. As if it's in motion. Oh. I suppose he's like kinda, I don't know what he's doing. I'm just trying something. Yeah, I guess I just kind of try to add his legs or something. I feel like this is actually pretty easy stuff to draw. It's just that it becomes so tedious that you locally don't even want to do it. So you just waste time, but ultimately you still have to do it. So kind of not doing anything kind of leads you to nowhere, but it also kind of exhausts you mentally. It's kind of a dilemma kind of thing, more or less. All these things that I composed in this cut, like the background moving and shit. Hoo-wee. How fun. Self-inflicted, by the way. I could have made something so much simpler. As a matter of fact, I could have kept this, knowing that the rest of the animation could have been way less annoying to deal with. Oh yeah, about the classmate thing and old dude having a crush and shit. The day we actually went home from that art whatever thing. Oh yeah, she's right. No, never mind. Yeah, when we went home, and before we said bye to each other, I actually gave her a clue about the fact that he's crushing, but she didn't get it. And the thing is, I gave her a clue through a manga that she gave me, that she recommended me, because she teased me about not actually understanding that one of the main characters was gay and into the MC. But then I teased her because she didn't understand that he had a crush on her. But I said that in a way so vague that you could understand it if you read the manga, but at the same time it was also so abstract that you kind of had to add the context clues together. And also besides the fact, and also understand that like the particular person who the statement that I gave pertains to. And she, to this day, she still doesn't understand. I think she just forgot because, but that is truly hilarious. Very funny even. I'm happy I did that. Maybe I will tell her one day. I don't know. But that'd be fucked up because he doesn't even know that I know. So I won't. I can't put myself into other people's business. I wouldn't do that. I actually did do that when I was like 10 or 11. Because there was this guy at my old school, like at my school, who had a crush on a girl. And like an idiot actually said the name of the girl he was crushing. Because people in my same class said like they played this whole game of who do you have a crush on, whatever, the usual. And yeah, like an idiot, I actually said her name. And bro, this guy was so mad at me. Rightfully so, cause what the fuck? I actually never liked him, and I did feel bad afterwards, but oh man, I'm an idiot, but like I initially never liked him for real, but it came to a point where the roles were kind of reversed, and I actually didn't. He did not want to sit next to me afterwards. I still remember that. It was so. Oh man, I was so dumb, bro. Like this. And see, this is not the first time I've done something like this. Matter of fact, I did something like this like last year, similarly. I just put myself into business that I shouldn't have addressed, which I do feel bad about. I kind of got over, but it did kind of mess me up because I was like, damn, I broke somebody's trust. That's fucked up. I mean, she did say it was okay, but on my end, it was pretty dumb as well because I just kind of put myself into more shame, I suppose. But yeah, whatever. But yeah, man, I'm just waiting for the day till he says something. But you know how people be. They never admit shit. Just like me. Cause I wouldn't. Honestly, I'm not sure if I could ever tell somebody if I loved them. Like it has to be like on some like it has to be on some now or never shit. I think I would just fucking postpone it to oblivion, which is kind of funny to think about. But oh my god, right? I need to see another girl. Okay, I'm sounding crazy right now. I keep saying, damn, I need to see girls and shit, but no, I need to see a homegirl. Because I told her as well that I need to see her sometime. I can only see her in the evening. Where's her account at? Hold on. Where's she at? Oh, yeah. Yeah, also I'm not as focused right now, so Yeah, let me just draw for a bit and then I'm off this bitch. Cause yeah. This one, I mean, at least I want to, I guess. Jesus Christ. Bro. Why am I like this, bro? I don't know why I do this. Okay, yeah, technically I would have to draw 15 drawings, which is not so bad actually, now that I really think about it, but like, man, it doesn't need to be this way. I don't know why I do this to myself. Like, it really doesn't need to be this way. Actually, it does, in order to make an elaborate. No, it doesn't need to be this way. It doesn't need to be this way in the sense that I don't need this fucking animation to be this goddamn long. So yeah. Man. Also, yeah. Friend who has a crush on classmate. I actually went to his place on like 2 days ago because we played Smash together, and I was thinking, like, low key, yeah, I did mention classmate because we are still sending each other 6-7 memes or observations throughout the day, which is pretty stupid. But I don't know how to even initiate. Okay, two things. I don't know how to initiate these kinds of things, right? When it comes to like relationship stuff, whatever, or whether people have crushes and shit. Is it really as bold as saying, do you might have a crush on somebody, you know? But I don't know. I don't know how people initiate these kinds of conversations. It's so weird. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. But at the same time, things just remain stagnant. And at the beginning of the holidays, I talked to like a homegirl who is who's kind of kept tabs with crushes and shit at school, at our school, and she was fully aware and whatever. I didn't know anything. She was the one who told me that he had a crush to begin with. That was so crazy that day. But like, I had told her that, I'm gonna try to keep to get some intel and shit. And she said, yeah, that's good and whatever. And it's like, fuck, but I don't know how to. I don't know how to do. And it could have been great to have some intel on her, but to have some intel, but like next week, since I'll be seeing them again, but not him because he is going on holidays. So it's like, damn, it could have been a good opportunity, maybe. Or the good opportunity could have been 2 days ago. Was it really on Tuesday? Damn. It goes by quick. I'll find a way. I will find a way. Wait, what the fuck? Oh. Oh yeah, wait, okay. love shit, but it's honestly enticing. I get it now. It's even more enticing because I don't understand shit about it. I'm so naive. I remember one time I told like people were speculating whether there were people who had crushes on other people in our school, and I said like 2 people that I had some suspicions about, but I didn't think much about. And people and when I told their names, I was like, they told me like they looked at me like I was some fucking idiot, which was the case because they've been together since like for a good bit. They've been because one time I saw them like really close together and shit, and I was like, oh shit, you know. And when I told them like, yeah, they might be together, they was like, yeah, they are together. It was like, yeah, okay. Like, I don't get this whole love shit, I think. Like, this whole relationship thing. Like, I'm truly a genius. Anyway, I don't know how to draw this foot. Makes me wonder if I'll ever get into any of that love shit, because truly, I kinda low genuinely could not care less. And the thing is, it doesn't mean that the possibility is impossible, but it's just that it's not in my interest, simply speaking. And I don't go out of my way to meet anybody who I could be interested in, so. Why did I make his arm was like his arm looks like as skinny as when gone was in that hospital, that one election arc in Hunter x Hunter. It's kind of a shame how I lost all interpretation of this kind of his wildness in this animation, which was my somewhat pitch at the beginning of it, actually, like in terms of his personality and whatever. But all that's kind of gone, which is sad, because it's hard to interpret these kind of things once you really get into the animation process, because that requires knowledge on how you animate these things, these kind of personalities to begin with. I wonder if somebody even has a crush on me. And it's a thought that I should develop. Not out of narcissism or anything, but it's also to practice to myself that I shouldn't perceive myself as some overly undesirable guy or whatever. Like, I mean this in a sense where people are so prone to judge themselves, to be like it's so impossible for me to be with anybody or whatever because I'm ugly and shit, and I don't like to subscribe to that mentality. But at the same time, it still can be prevalent to make up these scenarios and to drown your misery. So yeah, to be honest, I'm wondering could be possible. Maybe nobody is around to care about me in that way, which is fine, of course. It's not gonna determine my life whether people like me romantically or not. Still, I need to practice that thought, I believe. Because I think simply even thinking about it, about the possibility of being an actuality and not an impossibility, brings more self-worth within me. It makes me think, oh, I can be loved by somebody else. I'm not some stupid, lame child or something. People like me for who I am, and I constantly prove that. Low key. Because if it was the case that people didn't like me, they wouldn't actually invite me to things. They wouldn't tell me to be like, hey, wanna go there and shit? Hey, blah blah blah, whatever. So, yeah. Just something to think about, to ponder on. I need more self-love in my social media. Sounds like an antithesis, but I just need more self-love. People try anything but self-love. It's like they mentally beat themselves up with a stick before they will ever consider practicing self-love. And it feels to an extent kind of abstract and weird and shit. But man, if only people knew. If only people knew. And it remains a struggle no matter how much you try to kind of mitigate it. Because there will be times where you will hate yourself and shit. But it shouldn't be a justification to continue dwelling in that darkness. You deserve good. You do deserve better. So I believe that self-love should be more prevalent. Because I hate hopping on YouTube and every time it's somebody venting about their loneliness. And it sounds dumb and it sounds fucked up when I phrase it that way. But that's the reason why I keep getting recommended all these things. Because ultimately I do click on them and it's relatable and all that stuff. But it gets me nowhere. And if anything, it almost feels like as if it's trying to keep me in that bubble of thinking that, yeah, this loneliness you're feeling, it will never go away. And people never really like you or whatever. How do I say this? How do I say this? It's also people who are like, I feel like truly intentionally dealing damage to people by to lonely people, because they pander to these people and spew the most bullshit, like things that are actually hurting people. Like, bro, I think I mentioned it either in my personal notes or something, but just I swear this Jet Friends and guy believes he's such like this weird unemployed philosopher guy, whatever. spews the most, either the most surface level shit ever, or like the most just damaging shit ever. And so, yeah, it's like, it's just dumb what he's doing. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just not only dumb, but very damaging to people who actually genuinely struggle with loneliness. Telling them essentially, yeah, the soul, like, confirming, like, affirming their confirmation bias as well. That's the worst part about this. It's to affirm what they tell to themselves as to be true. So it's like, imagine you being on your own, experiencing having the experience of loneliness, creating these false ideas in your head, these false equivalences, but since your mind is biased, it will just automatically fill in these ideas, all that stuff. And so you think for the longest it's the truth. At the moment you probably could doubt yourself and reconsider things, you will have people like him, those predatory weirdos, who prey onto people who feel lost and worthless, and some people are genuinely ready to just give it up altogether, if you know what I mean. You just give them, you just affirm their confirmation bias, and that's so wild. So it's like, because and I saw it in the comments, people kept glazing this guy because of how handsome he looked or whatever the fuck, and they said like, bro, if this guy is lonely, we are all cooked. Some people kind of say it as jokes or whatever, and as a half truth, but some people, like, I believe, truly believe that. And it's a horror because all of it is just fabricated, so we can make a quick buck out of these people. Isn't that horrible? I think that's horrendous. Like, I think it just displays like a very lack of morals, in my opinion. So yeah, and this kind of content of pandering to lonely people is pretty prevalent. However, I've seen the other side where people kind of respond to these videos. I saw this one video of this guy who was like a complete fucking chud. He low-key self-proclaimed himself to be a chud. Like, it's the type of person who's already like dwelling on their loneliness, having no interest in life, no play, no game, nothing really going on in their life. And so they embrace, it's not like in a way of acceptance as in, I'm imperfect and it's okay. No, it's like, I'm a chud and I will remain in my bubble. So you have guys like these who just earnestly uphold that title, and once you have people who try to actually help and to create commentary around it, or talk personally if you want to talk about it, and they happen to be like slightly more handsome or good looking, whatever, it's apparently all just posing, or as people call it nowadays, LARP. And I find that it's a crazy thing. It's just crazy to me. It's even, I don't know, have an idea as such. I'm tired. Yeah, I will end soon. What time is it? 4:14. Shit. Seriously. Imagine single lonely people. The thing is, I'm not denying the fact that some of this lonely stuff could be relatable to these creators. But just pandering towards it, I find so fucked up. Knowing the shit that they say isn't like this. You like fucking Jet Franson saying that shit, like saying you're never alone. This bullshit or whatever is so wild. It's the insanest thing you could say. It's so insane to say that. I hope you understand why, because I don't know, like this thing is ridiculous. Like it's ridiculous and it's so fucked up on so many levels. I'm getting tired. Okay. I'll at least wait. Let me peep the. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think like up to this right here. This should be simple in a way. I believe. Should I actually make this now? Oh wait. First time in a while since there's been a Unity soundtrack. Just finish up this and then I'm out. I'm taking a nap. I might come back, well not on stream, but might come back to this, start something small and then go to work. Okay. I'm gonna end it here. Just peeping what else there is. Yeah, that should be doable. At least for the keyframes for now. I love this one. Very expressive. Okay. Oh, right. Made this scene go faster. So if I manage to make this fast, it gets me only closer to Yura, and I cannot wait for that cut. So we. But this is gonna be a Goliath, so we'll see. And there are a lot of slow-mos as well, like this one. Slow-mos can be very time-consuming. I also have to conceptualize a lot of other different stuff. But that's for later. All I have to do is the animation part. Like this. Can't you like cut out some... Man, I hate this. Okay. This was somewhat of a good stream too. Hold on. Ah, awesome. This could have been career ending right here. God, I hate when it bugs out like this. Just a couple few bullshit tweets before I hop off this bitch. Oh, dope. Congratulations. Okay. Oh. Spider-Man sale on Steam. Ooh. Is that for 20 bucks? Am I reading this wrong? One real game, PS5 tech demo, and... Okay. What the fuck? Okay. Top 10 albums of the year. J. Cole. Yikes. Is there a shot? Steve Lacy. Hell no. I love how these are the only albums that you can list because this is the only somewhat interesting stuff that dropped. Or the stuff you could really think about when it comes to 2026 releases, and it's just only this. I'm drinking that. Is that backlogged? What is this? Did I start playing yesterday or not? I don't trust your taste in video games if you're not a bit of an NPC. Games are acclaimed and famous for a reason. If your favorite games are all cold niche ones, you're forcing it. I don't even know what to say about this. And I'm out this bitch. Okay.